Hi. Welcome to the Bitcoin Crash Course Part 1. It is General Introduction of Bitcoin. Here is a quick notice. All of our videos are just educational content and not our financial advice. So, be sure to watch our videos just to educate yourself. Thank you. Bitcoin is a sort of digital currency. It is not, however, managed by a central bank like the fiat currencies you are familiar with. Bitcoin's financial system, on the other hand, is controlled by thousands of computers all over the world. Everyone can participate in the ecosystem by downloading open-source software. Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, was created in 2008 and launched in 2009. Users can send and receive digital money, bitcoins, or BTC, with it. Its attractiveness arises from the fact that it can't be censored. It can't be spent more than once, and transactions may be completed at any time and from any location. Bitcoin is used for a number of things. Many people like it because it doesn't require any permissions and may be sent and received by anyone with an internet connection. It is a bit identical to cash because no one can prevent you from using it, but because it's digital, it can be sent anywhere in the globe. Bitcoin is borderless, decentralized, censorship-resistant, and safe. This feature has made it interesting for use cases like overseas remittance and payments, when people don't want to divulge their true identities, as they would with a debit or credit card. Many people don't use their bitcoins, preferring to keep them in their wallets for the long term, also known as hodling. Due to the limited number of coins accessible, Bitcoin has been dubbed digital gold. Bitcoin is viewed as a store of value by certain investors. It's been compared to valuable metals like gold and silver because it's rare and difficult to make. These characteristics, along with global availability and high liquidity, are seen to make it a perfect medium for keeping money for long periods of time, according to holders. They believe that the value of Bitcoin will continue to rise over time. When Carrie makes a transaction to Smith, she does not transfer money to Smith in the traditional manner. It's not like handing him a $1 note in digital form. It's almost as if she's writing a dollar bill on a piece of paper and presenting it to Bob. When Smith attempts to give Justin the same funds, she notices that Smith already has them on the sheet. The sheet is a blockchain, which is a type of database. Each of the network participants' devices saves an identical copy of this to synchronize new information. The participants link with one another. Because there is no central bank or institution to process payments, a user's payment is broadcast directly to the peer-to-peer network. To add fresh data to the Bitcoin blockchain, a unique mechanism known as mining is used. As a result of this procedure, new blocks of transactions are added to the blockchain. Because the blockchain is an append-only ledger, data can only be added to it. Once information has been entered, changing or removing it is quite difficult. This is enforced by the fact that every subsequent block in the blockchain includes a pointer to the previous block. The hash from the previous block is used as a reference. To generate a unique fingerprint of the input, data is sent via a one-way function. If the input is even slightly altered, the fingerprint will look drastically different. Because the blocks are chained together, it is impossible to alter an old entry without invalidating the subsequent blocks. A structure like this is one of the components that makes the blockchain secure. Bitcoin is completely legal in the majority of countries. There are a few exceptions, so be sure you know the rules in your area before investing in cryptocurrencies. Government agencies in countries where it is legal use a range of approaches when it comes to taxation and compliance. Overall, the regulatory landscape is still in its infancy, and it will almost certainly change substantially in the coming years. Nobody is aware of it. The founder of Bitcoin went by the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, but we don't know who he or she is. Satoshi could be a single developer or a group of devs located anywhere on the planet. Satoshi's name is Japanese, but his command of the English language has caused many to believe he or they are from an English-speaking country. Satoshi also released the Bitcoin white paper and software. The mystery author, though, vanished in 2010. Bitcoin is a cross between a number of current technologies that have been around for quite some time. The concept of a blockchain was not invented by Bitcoin. The use of immutable data structures like this can be traced back to a proposal for timestamping texts by Stuart Haber and W. Scott Stornetta in the early 1990s. It, like today's blockchains, used cryptographic techniques to protect data and prevent it from being tampered with. Surprisingly, Satoshi's white paper never mentions the term blockchain. Although Bitcoin was not the first attempt at digital money, it was by far the most successful. Satoshi's innovation was made possible by previous schemes. Digicash was founded in the late 1980s by David Chaum, a cryptographer and computer scientist. It was offered as a privacy-oriented solution for online transactions based on a paper written by Chaum. Despite being a centralized system, the Digicash idea was an interesting experiment. The company went bankrupt, according to Chaum, since it was founded before e-commerce had fully taken off. B-money was first proposed in the 1990s by computer engineer Wei Dai in a proposal. That's no surprise that the Bitcoin white paper mentions it. B-money included a proof-of-work mechanism, similar to Bitcoin mining, as well as a distributed database where users could sign transactions. A later version of B-money detailed a concept similar to staking, which is used in a variety of cryptocurrencies today. B-money never got off the ground since it never got past the draft stage. Bitcoin. Some individuals believe BitGold's developer, computer scientist Nick Szabo, is Satoshi Nakamoto since the two are so similar. BitGold is a ledger that keeps track of data strings generated by proof-of-work activities. It, like B-money, was never further developed. However, BitGold's similarities to Bitcoin has cemented its role as a precursor to Bitcoin.